peace, gratitude, and highest heart love. Thank you for being here for the book reading of Animal Speak. Learn the language of the animals, the spiritual and magical powers of creatures, great and small. I'm your moderator and narrator, Uriel. Thank you so much for reading books and being here with us. This great occasion, this wonderful full moon, live from the light in LA, reading the books. Here we go. We pick up, still in chapter 10, the Dictionary of Bird Totems, page 181, right there at the top, middle. Here we go. Parrot. Welcome, YouTube. Peace. Parrot. Keynote. Sunshine and color healing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cycle of power, year round. Welcome, welcome, live in LA. The parrot is a bird of the sun. Its bright colors and sunshine aspect are what gives its magic. Its feathers can be used in prayer sticks for powerful healing rites and to invoke the energies of the sun at any time of the year. In the Pueblo tradition, it is a bird associated with the gathering of salt. The places where salt was found were considered a gift of the sun. Since the parrot was to the Pueblo a bird of the sun, there is a correspondence. Parrots come in a variety of colors. Anyone with a parrot as a totem should do some study of colors and their effects. The parrot is a wonderful teacher of the power of light and colors. Some parrots have been taught to mimic humans. Because of this ability, the parrot has been considered a link between the human kingdom and the bird kingdom. Parrots, in this sense, could be likened to ambassadors, diplomats, and interpreters for the bird realm. They have a magic that will enable you to understand others more effectively. They can help you awaken a sense of diplomacy. And parrots are very, very talkative, right? Parrots love to talk. They're always, whether on a perch in trees, um, gathering together, they're very communal as well. Community birds, they fly together and travel together. Yes, very loud as well. That's a parrot. This is a parrot feather. Isn't it beautiful? Hi, it's Heart Love. Welcome for being here. Thank you for the likes and subscribes. Amen. That's right. Thank you so much for being here and reading books with us. Here we go. We're at the bottom of page 181. Peacock. Peacock. Keynote. Resurrection and wise vision. Watchfulness. Awareness. cycle of power, spring and autumn. The peacock is a bird which has stirred much lore and myth in every society. This bird, with its beautiful plumage, fascinates all who encounter it. As with many birds, the male has a brighter feathers and is more ostentatious. The peahen is no less magnificent in its own right. It is a protective and powerful bird. Probably the peacock's two most outstanding features are the feathers and its eerie, raucous calls. The call has a kind of laughter quality to it, as if the peacock is a reminder to laugh at life. One story I have heard in connection to its vocalizations is tied to the appearance of its feet. The peacock has ugly feet, and and there is a story that it screeches every time it catches sight of them. For anyone with a peacock as a totem, an examination of the mysticism and symbolism of feet should be examined. The feet are our support system. They are at the foundation of our structure. They enable us to move and to be upright. What are the feet of the peacock saying to you about you and your life? An examination and the use of foot reflexology is beneficial to study for anyone with the peacock as a totem. The feathers have been used for ritual and for decorative purposes. The colors and patterns and its feathers reveal why much such mysticism has arisen in connection with the peacock. The blue-green iridescence creates a sense of awe. The bluish green tint has often been associated with royalty. The eyes within the feathering have often been associated with greater vision and wisdom. This idea of watchfulness is found in Greek mythology. Argus, a watchman for the goddess Hera, had 100 eyes. When he fell asleep during his duty and was killed, Hera placed his eyes in the peacock, her favorite bird. Of all birds, the peacock most resembles the traditional descriptions of the phoenix. The phoenix is the legendary bird of resurrection that is sacrificed in the fires of life and then rises from the flames out of its own ashes. The peacock as a the peacock as a reflection of the phoenix has touched many societies. In Chinese mythology, the plumage is a blending of 5 colors that have a sweet harmony of sound. In Egypt, it was linked to the worship of the sun god Amun Ra. Even in Christianity, it was a symbol of the death and resurrection of Jesus. In Egypt, the peacock was associated with the all-seeing eye of Horus. To the Hindus, it was associated with Indra, the god of thunder, who became a peacock to escape the demon Ravana, thus being endowed with 100 eyes in the feathers. The peacock was often considered sacred in that it destroyed poisonous snakes. In Egypt, it held a position second only to the ibis in this category. Because of its many eyes, it has been associated with wisdom and vision, heightened watchfulness. It has also been associated with immortality. Partly this is due to its similar appearance to depictions of the phoenix. This idea also arises from an old belief that its flesh would not putrefy. Any examination of these and other myths associated with this bird may reveal possible past life connections for those with this totem. It will shed insight into the role it will play in your life. The lore associated with the peacock is closely tied to its characteristics and behaviors, and it will help you see how other societies were able to draw connections and make correspondences. All right, we're moving on. Welcome. Peace, everyone. God love you. Thank you so much. Highest heart love. Love to the reading community. All those who read books. Here we go. Page 183. Another one. Here we go. Pelican. The great pelican. Keynote. Renewed buoyancy and unselfishness, and cycle of there are two species of pelican in the United States, the white and the brown. Both have the recognizable pout and long bill. Contrary to what many believe, some reflection on that may reveal some insight into your own personal activities. Are you trying to store what shouldn't be stored? Are you not using or digesting what you have? Both types of pelicans embody the keynote, along with other aspects that were once considered very magical and powerful. An old story tells of how the pelican wounded its own breast and fed its young on the blood. This explains the image of self sacrifice often associated with it, and has come to be a very Christian correspondence. The brown pelican often nests in bushes, mangrove thickets. By avoiding nesting competition with their neighbors, pelicans make room for more of their kind. Again, this reflects a kind of unselfishness. This is further reinforced by the fact that they will often employ teamwork in fishing. This is especially true of the white pelican. The groups descend and drive the fish into the shallow areas. Despite their size, they are very light and buoyant. They can float like a schooner. The brown pelican is often observed flying solo and then suddenly plummeting into the water. It then pops up to the surface. It has this ability because of a system of air sacs under the skin that make it unsinkable. Symbolically, this hints at being able to be buoyant and to rest on top in spite of its heaviness of life circumstances. The pelican teaches that no matter how difficult life becomes, no matter how much you plunge, you can pop to the surface. The pelican holds the knowledge of how to rise above life's trials. This same idea is hinted at in regard to an old belief that pelicans once lived on the desert in which they fed upon serpents. Pelicans, in spite of their lightness, sometimes have a difficult time taking off from the water. Still, they do manage, and again, we see the correspondence to freeing oneself from that which would weigh you down. The water is a symbol of emotions, and emotions often weigh us down. The pelican teaches how not to be overcome by them. And we're moving on. We're moving on. What? What's going on, guys? Hi, it's Heart Love. Thank you so much for reading books with us. Animal Speak, Chapter 10, Dictionary of Bird Totems. And we're moving on. Let's go. Let's do another one. Penguin, right? Keep it going. LA Strong, we're doing this for the people. Everything we do on this channel, it's from masters and for the people. It's for us. We have to be in tune. We have to align, right? So read these books so we can assimilate this information and use it in daily life, right? Things also we can meditate on. Here we go. Penguin. Keynote. Penguin. Lucid dreaming and astral projection. Penguin totems. Here we are, guys. Where's the love? Love for the penguins. Here we go. Cycle of power. Year round. The penguin is a bird that doesn't fly. Its wings, though, do serve a purpose when it is in the water. The penguin is an excellent swimmer, and its movement in the water is as fluid and smooth as the flight of other birds. The wings serve as fins, helping the penguin to propel itself and steer in the water. The penguin can literally jump out of the water, landing on its feet. It can leap 5 to 6 feet. This act and its association with water is very symbolic. The water is the astral plane of life, the dream dimension. The ability to maneuver so freely reflects an awakening of this dream consciousness. For anyone who, as the penguin, show up as a totem, you can expect to experience lucid dreams. When you become aware in the course of the dream that you are dreaming, you can change the dream. As you change the dream state, you also change those same energies that are playing upon you in your waking life as well. The leap from the water to the land on its feet reflects the ability to leave the body. The penguin teaches how to consciously go out of the body. Out of the body experiences, OBEs, are still one of the most fascinating areas of mysticism. This captures the imagination. The penguin is the expert at slipping in and out of the body in full consciousness. The behaviors and activities of penguins can reflect other energies operating in your life as well. The males of the emperor penguin family participate in the care and protection of the eggs. Emperor penguins do not build nests. When the egg is laid, the father puts it on its feet to prevent the egg from freezing to the ice. Mm. Yes. The father does not leave it alone for 2 months until it hatches. The feathers of the father penguin cover it. He barely moves and doesn't eat until it hatches. At that point, the mother penguin takes over the rearing. This is also very symbolic. Remember that water is associated with the feminine, birth giving energies. The emperor penguin reflects a greater assertion and expression of that within your life. For those who have a male emperor penguin as a totem, there will very likely be a 2 month period in which you nurture and protect and help hatch your creative energies. The fact that the male has such a strong position in a traditional feminine role reflects greater awakening in dreams, altered states, and creation. For more? Yes. Thank you. Thank you guys for the likes and subs. Thank you so much for reading books. Love to all the book reading community. Here we go. We're moving to the top of page 185. Pheasant. Thank you guys for reading books. Peace. Pheasant. Keynote. Family, fertility, and sexuality. Cycle of power. Year round. Anyone with a pheasant as a totem would do well to also study the grouse and the chicken. Though of the same family, there are differences. The pheasant needs grasslands and grain fields, hedges, and brush to survive in the wild. These environments should be studied by those with this totem. Originally, pheasants came from Greece near the area of the Phasis River, from which we get the name pheasant. There they ran wild in the kingdom of Colchis. Today, some pheasants are wild, as in the grouse or the quail, which are distantly related. Others, most to be exact, are domesticated. Because of this, the pheasants is most often linked to the energies of the family, fertility, and sexuality. Most pheasants have splendid tail plumes. Tail plumes have long been associated with sexuality and the greater expression of it. The colors and kinds of feathers can provide even greater insight as the feathering and types of pheasants varies greatly. A ring-necked pheasant, for example, multiplies in domestication successfully. The ringed markings on its neck reflect that fertility and growth within its family, a spiraling outward. Another example could be the badger feathers found on pheasants. These feathers have the appearance of striped, tapered markings, similar to the badger. Anyone with a pheasant totem that has badger feathers would do well to study the characteristics of the badger itself. The colors reflect much, the, and most pheasants have a variety of colors and feathers which should be examined. They all can reflect different aspects of the energies the pheasant symbolize for you. Pheasants are good teachers in how to set romantic moods through the warmth of colors. Thank you guys for being here. Here we go. One more. Let's go. One more. Keep going. I'm having fun. Happy Love Day to everyone. Love and peace. You know, that's why I come on here. We have a lot going on, but if I can just give you guys some peace, I'm playing my part in the world, right? Yeah. Love to all the families. Stay strong. Stay together, right? We need to always know where is home. Have a honing mechanism in our body, in our mind, in our hearts to know when is home, where is home. Pigeon, Pigeon, LA Strong. Keynote. Return to the love and security of home. Cycle of power, year round. Pigeon. The pigeon is an unusual bird. Although most people think of it as a pest in the city environment, it has very unique characteristics. It also is tied to very gentle and loving archetypal energies. Today, the word dove and pigeon are used interchangeably, although there is a difference. The two species are related. It would be wise for anyone with a pigeon as a totem to study the characteristics of the dove as well. Page 186 for those reading along. Here we go. The top of page 186. The pigeon has a long history associated with the home and with fertility. The real name of Christopher Columbus was Cristoforo Colombo, which is the Italian word for pigeon. Columbus helped discover a new home. The pigeon also has an extraordinary homing sense. It knows how to find its way back home, no matter how far it has gone. It is because of this that they often are symbols for a time or a need to return to the security of home. Pigeons can teach us how to find our way back when we are lost. They help us to remember and find the love of home and home life that we have either given up or lost. They are the only bird that can drink by sucking up water into their beaks. This reflects the ability to draw on the energies of home, no matter how distant. They are reminders to us to remember that which has positively affected us from our early home life. Have we forgotten who we are? Are we falling into old patterns we vowed to remember and change? Have we forgotten our basic foundations, the heritage we have had passed on to us through home and family? This includes the morals, the behaviors, the attitudes, etc. Draw upon them and use them. Because they breed rapidly and publicly, pigeons came to be a sacred symbol for fertility to the gods and goddesses. They reflect the fertility of home and family that can occur when they are around. Pigeons will huddle together during a storm. If there are storms in your life, huddle with your family, biological or otherwise. There will be safety and security in that activity. Remember that pigeons remind us of the possibilities, real and ideal, associated with home and family. And that's where we'll pause at the top of middle of page 186. Hi, it's Heart Love. Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. Learn the language of the animals, the spiritual and magical powers of creatures, great and small. I wish that you have a wonderful, wonderful evening and rest. We're going to the light blue cloud tonight. Rest and heal. Send out some cooling energy. Anyone that has family here with us in LA, you know, wishing freedom, prosperity, love, and respect. We're shaking it up in the world. That's why I read these books, right? Love you. I will see you guys soon for the next reading. Thank you so much to all the book lovers community. I want to give a special shout out again to Tamika, all my mods, to Miss Arlene who donated and recycled with us down in Mar Vista and Santa Monica. Hi, it's Heart Love. Thank you for all that read books. Thank you so much. Much love. Thank you so much for reading here. Hi, it's Heart Love. Go check out the rest of the playlist, guys. We're doing it, right? All these books, it's just to give you a little bit of peace, right? Come in here and you can read and say, hey, Uriel said, when I go out today, I'm going to look up. And maybe if I look up in the right place, I'll see a nest, right? Especially if you look by churches, by the steeples, you'll see a lot of nests there, as well as look up in trees, like try and look a little bit past where you normally, you'll see a nest there, I bet you. Whistle to the birds. And then if you look down, you might say, whoa, oh, look at this. A pigeon feather to remind me of home. That I can always just gather and draw upon that energy by looking at my heart, by feeling into my heart. I know I come from love. I wish you have that feeling as well. Y'all have a wonderful day. I will see you soon. Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. Masters, right? We learn from the masters on this channel. Peace. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, it's Heart Love.